I'm glad you're sharing that with me, by the way.
Ladies and
You
gentlemen, you're now tuned into Naughty or Nice. Let's go.
Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal.
Shelly
Me don't want no fake love,
and
me only want the real deal.
Have you ever met a sister with her shit together? Maintaining, never complaining, trying to make shit better. She's got a real good life with the right frame of mind. She's the real deal, baby, and she know how to grind. On the job or in the bedroom, baby, the truth. And with her by your side, homeboy, you can't lose. Just slip on the dress and go to work like a pro. Then bring that ass home and drop it down to the floor. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's a lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's the lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets.
Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Shelly Live and be lovebird. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday.
Hey, everybody.
Well, honey, if that wasn't the driest hay in the world.
No, full. Yeah, I haven't eaten all
Vonda
day.
has to eat, y'all, so excuse her for like 2 seconds because she's hungry.
I'm
Which
like
I'm
I
always
eat on air.
look, which considering I am normally the one eating all of the time. So we're gonna let her grub on grub on her grub, I guess. I hope everybody's having a great Monday. So
Yeah.
far, so good, honey. The rain just about knocked out the whole kingdom over here in Lithonia. We had no lights, and God said, "Let there be some, honey," and it came back on. So anyway, we're gonna get
Let
this
there be
topic
light.
cracking, huh?
Let
Yes,
there
let
be.
there be light. You know, it's so crazy when you think about it. When you don't have lights, you be grateful that you got them, right?
Yeah. You don't
Anywho,
take stuff until you don't have the use of it anymore.
until you don't have it no more. So
That is
the topic for tonight is: are you in love with the person you're with, or are you in love with the thought of being alone? Kind of powerful, kind of a little bit, right? So, what does that mean? What does that look like?
I think people together a lot right now out of convenience. It don't have
I
nothing to
think
do with love. It's out
I
of
think
convenience.
I agree. I think a lot of people, a lot of couples, and it's crazy because I think a lot of people have learned through this COVID that they're really not happy where they are, or they're really not happy at all. But they're just kind of, you're caught up in something that you can't come out. But then at the same breath, you don't want to be by yourself. So you just stick it through. You just say, I'm going to just go in for the long haul. Makes life a little bit easier not to be alone when you're 39, 40-ish, 55-ish, them ages
Not
when you get up to
bad,
that number.
especially financially, because a lot of people been out of work. If you got two people in the house and somebody bringing in something, that's better than nothing at all. But if you by yourself, you just gotta do what you gotta do, like you've been doing. But I just feel like when it comes to the love thing and people been together, are you? This is like a lot of people get married just so they could say, "Oh, I married my husband or my wife or this and that," but they still miserable.
Right. And then they're
I'm not doing
miserable.
that. I can't do that. I ain't, mm-mm.
Well,
So it's like it's just out of convenience.
that's true, Matthew. Matthew said people are bored now. And yeah, a lot of people are bored now. You can't hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
Okay, I'm going to come out, go back in this again. We do this all the time. Well, no, Vonda's going to come out and go back in because I can hear me. She can't hear me. I think it's her computer, honestly. Yeah, I think Matthew, I think you're right. I think people are bored now. I think people are bored looking at the people that they with. I think that I think a lot of people just get comfortable and they just deal with the way their relationship goes, whether it's good, whether it's bad. They just kind of don't want to start over. And I hear a lot of people, I talk to a lot of people daily. So I hear this a lot daily. Like, I'm so miserable. I'm so unhappy, but I don't want to be by myself. I get it. But do you want to roll over at 70 and look at somebody and you're thinking, my whole life has passed me by and nothing, not even a mm. Hey Orlando.
Hey, Q. Glad you finally joined in.
Hey Q, don't know you, but hey Q. So yeah, so you think about it in that aspect, and then you say to yourself, what am I doing? I think I've thought about this in my life a couple of times, just like, hmm, when I'm sitting there and I'm really questioning. And I think you have to learn how to be by yourself because sometimes,
You do.
nobody just wants to be alone. But then in the same breath, you have to sometimes take that break to just be by yourself, especially when you're like coming out of stuff and going right back in stuff and coming out of stuff. Sometimes people don't give you the break that you need to just breathe for a minute,
I always say you need to spend a long time and be alone by yourself so you'll get to know yourself and appreciate yourself more so that you won't put up with stuff that you don't have to put up with from somebody. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
you know what you're going to tolerate. You know what you're going to deal with. You know what you're not about to deal with. That's what's wrong.
Right.
A lot of people jump out of one relationship and they have somebody right there. They don't give themselves time to either, just get that
To
thought process.
recoup. Yeah. To
Right
recoup.
with this person anymore. You're not even on rebound because you didn't give yourself a break at all. You just grabbed the ball and kept it moving. So
Yeah.
you got
And then when
this
you,
person, you got somebody here. You break up that person, you got somebody there, and you're not giving yourself time. And I think those type of people are afraid to be alone.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And in love with the thought of being by yourself. You're in love with the thought of not being alone. So you're not in love with anybody at all. You're just loving the fact that somebody's with you, that you're not by yourself. My girl is grubbing today, y'all. See, I don't get down like that. I be eating chips.
At least I got the decency to move out the way.
No, I need to see your face eating. I want to see you stuffing your face, the lovebird.
Nope.
Anywho, hey Michelle, thanks Orlando for letting us know you can hear us because we be having technical difficulties on this side of the world, and especially with this lovely rain, honey, it just be kicking you out all the daggone time. But I happen to I happen to ask people that question, like, what does it what when you think about somebody saying, what does it mean to be alone? Some people make you feel bad when you say, oh, I'm by myself, I'm just trying to figure me out, or I'm trying to find me. And I think what it is at the end of the day is you're just not settling for just anything. You rather just say, you know what, I don't want to be in love right now. I don't want to be going through no extra. I'm probably not ready to love nobody, but eventually I want to get there. But I don't want to, it just can't just be anybody that I'm just rolling over to start this chapter again, to get to know somebody. And then you roll over, like I said, you roll over one day and you be like, oh my God, what
Like
was I doing?
No, when you get people and they were like, you married, you be like, no, you got a man? No. Well, what's wrong with you? What the hell wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me. I chose to be by myself.
I chose to be single.
Who said I have to be with somebody? Hey, Dwayne. Dwayne said Alone But Not Lonely is a great book by Dr. Miles Monroe. I always say that too, Dwayne, because you can be with somebody, living in the same house with a person, be in a whole relationship and still be lonely with that person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There it's just two bodies there, but you have nothing to give each other, and you just feel alone in a house with somebody. You might as well be by yourself.
Yeah. I think when you're in a coupley loving, I think when you're in love with somebody, you're not gonna find it's gonna mesh. They're not gonna bore you, they're not gonna bother you, they're not gonna irritate you. Things they do, you're gonna be so in sync with each other that I think you won't find time to be alone. But when you're looking
at and have your issues, it ain't gonna be like running through no white pasture and all that now.
No, I'm not saying like the unreal. It's always issues in everything. But then you ever see some couples and they're just like, you look at them and you be like, oh my God, they just so happy. Or you can tell by the way he looks at her that he loves her. You know what I mean? Instead of like, sometimes you see a husband look at his wife, or a guy look at his girlfriend, and you be wondering sometimes, like, do he even like the girl? Like, do he like her at all? Because of the way he's looking.
They be looking with contempt, not love, affection, or nothing.
Yeah, nothing. It's almost like, ew, you get on my nerves, and I've seen that all so many times when it comes to couples, and it's so sad because I'm thinking, oh my God, you're like wasting this person's time forever, and then later down the line, they're somewhere heartbroken, honey. I'm like, like something's crawling on me. It's my chain.
But
Like,
you
wait
know
a minute.
that too is what a person allows a person to do to them. Because if that's not something you want, you need to voice that. Look, this is not working for me. You don't do this and blah blah blah. And he may have issues with you too. You need to
Right,
communicate so you'll know. And then if we're gonna be, hey Shaheem, if we're gonna be living in a house like roommates instead of a couple, then that's what we need to make known too. So we can split out the house. You do your thing, I do mine, and we keep it popping. Because there's no sense and
right.
like in misery with somebody. You know what I mean? Like no. Hey, Olan said, y'all trying to set my brothers up.
No,
And
we are
I said,
not,
my God.
Olan. We trying to
No,
tell the truth out here. Lord, help
yeah.
me. Do something. Feel like it's in my shirt.
Better go take it off and check it.
Look, I'm about to wiggle out of it. I just feel like something else. I
But
think
yeah,
it's hair.
I don't think it's so much of a
Oh
person
yeah.
in love with the idea of not being alone. Some people don't know the difference between love, lust, and like. So
A lot of people don't know the difference between
yeah,
love, lust, and
mm,
like.
man, it takes a long time to know the difference.
It's a
You
lot of lusting
don't
going
know
on.
overnight, but
No.
hey Orlando, but it's just like you just I don't know. It's just funny. Like, who wants to live in misery? Like,
Oh
Olan
my.
said, take it off, Shelly. He said,
I
take
know,
it off.
right? Orlando, there's something in there. That's not funny, Olan. It's something that I was thinking. It's hair. It's hair crawling in my shirt. I'm like wiggling on camera. I was trying to put it off, but no. Yeah. I mean, you think about it. Nobody really wants to be by themselves, but at the
I
same
got no
time,
problem. I mean, of course, we all want somebody, but rather than be with somebody and have the headaches and the aggravation and all that stuff from a person, I would rather
yeah,
be by myself. Because I've learned to be by
yeah,
myself. I know how to be by myself, so it doesn't bother me. It bothers people when they're used to always having to have somebody there that needy,
someone
clingy.
there.
Like
Yeah,
it's something that they're missing where they feel like they gotta always have somebody there. You know what I mean? You gotta learn to be by yourself sometimes.
yeah.
I'm
It's, it's a long road out there, honey.
you heard
But then but you ever notice though, when you're trying to be by yourself, everybody comes along, and you're like, what is really almost be feeling like it's the devil.
that's like if you've been running around here single for however long, as soon as you start seeing somebody, you got people coming from the woodworks, from your
Just
past,
out of nowhere.
present, the future. They just coming from everywhere. You be like, where the hell was y'all at when what nobody around?
When I was,
It's like it's like you get
that's what I say.
bombarded. I
That's
said,
yeah. That's what I say. I think it's really strange out here in the world, y'all. People could
yeah,
be so different, but yeah, I think I honestly think just by talking to people, which I've had this conversation. That's why I thought about this topic. Talking to people and hearing someone say like, "Oh my God," like I just wish my girlfriend would disappear, would disappear, and I'm like, what? Like why? And they're
if
just like, I just so don't like her. But then if you,
go ahead.
isn't it wrong though to like be with somebody and just don't even really like them like that
Yeah, but I have make me sick. I was like, no, we can't do this. I can't do it no more.
though? I can't.
Can't. Because you look at each other, and then when you get to that point, you just look at the person, and you just want to punch them in the face. It's time to move on.
No, it should not get that far. Like it
No,
shouldn't
it don't.
be like that. That's
I didn't
horrible.
say act though. I said when you look at a person that you with, you supposed to care about, and every time you look at them, you just feel like going all that way back as far as you can, maybe to east somewhere, and knock their block out. Time to go home.
I don't think I've ever felt like that, even with the people that I don't like. No, I don't think. I'd rather just leave. It's so simple just to be like, this ain't working out at all.
Mm,
And it's sometimes it's really, really hard to leave. But at the same time, when I start thinking about my sanity, I'd be like, Lord,
mm,
I can't do this. And that's when you think about when you start sitting down thinking about like, I don't put in about 10 years. I done put in
And
15 years,
too
and
many,
now I'm stuck.
too many.
And yeah, and you start counting and you go, oh my God, this is how many people do you know like be married for like 35 years and then they divorce and you be like, why? How did that happen? I didn't see it coming. And then they say, I was so miserable for all those 30 that you'd be like, damn, you wasted 30 whole years of your life or 25 or well, I don't know.
And then you got these ones that leave their relationships to get with younger women or whatever. And you know,
Orlando said some people may not want to go backwards financially. Got to ask yourself, financially fine, but emotionally broke. I get it. I
yeah,
get it. And I guess if you have two incomes and you take away one, then yeah, it might be a little different. But
yeah, especially if you're used to a certain lifestyle.
if you're used to a certain lifestyle and you have to come out of that lifestyle, but then you have to also think, Orlando, when you get to that part in your life and you're thinking of all finances, then you got to think of yourself 5 more years from now. And you're still just as unhappy. And if you haven't already gone out there and cheated, or if you haven't already gone out there and lusted after somebody, and even in your mind when you're doing this, you're cheating anyway. So you may as well just.
But what if everything's great when you leave, and it's like you be like, damn, I should have did this a long time ago.
A long time ago, but you can't doubt yourself for those reasons. I think a lot of people do. They're afraid to go out here on faith and say, you know what, I'm just not happy. You know, I think a lot of people are afraid to do that. So maybe, that might be.
Hi, Derek. Derek said, V, that sounds like some of that Ric Flair Dusty Rhodes hate. No, it ain't hate. Not hate. I don't hate anybody. Somebody can make me really, really sick, but I don't hate anybody. Hey, Ernest.
Hey, Ernest.
Ernest said, hello, queens. Oh, my God. Look at Vonda and them big, beautiful things. God damn.
You are a mess, Ernest.
Let me put them up.
I told them they look good when I looked at them. I said, well, damn, they covered their perking out, ain't it, baby?
I've been working out. No.
You said it's a big bra.
I've been working out. Michelle said it is a lot of loveless marriages because peeps don't want to be alone. That's exactly what we were saying, Michelle. It is.
Yeah. It's like a lot of all time.
And I think when it gets to that, it's then a thing of convenience. You know what I'm saying? Just say if you with somebody, right? And you're used to this lifestyle and y'all have grown apart. You're in a loveless marriage. They're out of convenience. But what if you were the housewife? You never worked or anything. Then what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like you have to stay there for certain reasons if you don't have the financial means to take care of yourself, or he's not gonna do it once you leave. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of things that can be involved in that. We love you too, Ernest. Hey, Chris. Yeah. You know what I'm saying though? Yeah, I think Shelly froze up. You know what? Orlando said, I thought video. What kind of group video, Orlando? But no, I think you I don't know, something going on with you, but yeah, people can be. Did you hear what I said? When I said people can be in a loveless marriage, but what if she didn't work and she has to depend on him and stay there just because she can't financially support herself? That happens too. Y'all, Shelly stuck, so she'll be right back. Orlando, what kind of video you talking about? Hey, Richard. Hi, Ricky. Yep, that is true. Some do fall out of love and then end up stuck with each other. But that's what I always tell anybody. Make sure that you can always take care of yourself, regardless of whatever the case may be. I don't care if he's taking care of you or whatever the case may be. I always have you a little nest egg somewhere put up just in case you got a dip. That's all I'm saying. Never, ever, ever solely depend on a person to take care of you. That's just my opinion. She coming back, y'all. But yeah, I think And I think, like I said earlier, Ricky, you weren't on here then. I think a lot of people do that out of convenience, especially if they're used to a certain lifestyle. Did you ever hear what I said? Oh, me and my girls. Okay. Did you hear what
No, here I phone, this thing.
I was saying that?
No, but you said
What? I'm gonna go out and come back in. Hold on 1 second, so maybe it'll be clearer. Wait, y'all, I'm coming right back.
we just have y'all know how this works. Using this so get permit, so we're gonna have to be repeating
Okay.
all this.
It might be because y'all had to do
I don't think it's her. I think it's mine actually.
It is yours. It ain't mine. I already know that. Because I got top stuff over here.
These days we're gonna,
But I was saying that
and I'm not sure if you left
when people
left my
can you
phone.
hear me?
Hey, Richard Brown, how you doing? Brown's in the house. Yeah.
Yeah. One day she gonna get some good Wi-Fi or something. I don't know what's going on with it, but we're gonna work on that for her. Uh which part, Ricky? He said I was on point with what I said. But yeah, people
Can you hear me?
yeah. Ernest said he can barely hear us. Shelly keep freezing up. I don't know why. What's going on? But they had power problems over there in the ATL earlier, so I don't know what's going on with that. But she may get back to us too. You sound like you having some technical difficulty.
I'm coming out and going back in,
All
darling.
right, go ahead. So yeah, y'all. So would y'all stay in a relationship if you for just convenience, or would you leave if you no longer were in love with that person, or there was just no love at all? Because or would you stay with the person just so you wouldn't have to be by yourself? That's why I say you got to learn to be by yourself. I don't have a problem doing it. I don't like it all the time, but I can do it. Ricky said they stay together because it's just not easy to start over. That's true. And then a lot of people say, why leave when you already know what you're dealing with and what you got? So why go try to find something new, like you said, to start out over from scratch with somebody and having to go through all this stuff again with somebody, learning them, learning their ways, like their behavior, all this type of stuff. That's a whole job in itself. I'm telling you, it's hard starting over with somebody new anyway, unless you just that adventurous and you just want to go do that, and see what it's like on the other side or whatever the case may be. But it is hard starting over with somebody. It can be, or it could be fun, and it could be everything that you didn't have that you wanted. So hey, it could go either way. Let's see. um Orlando said a lot of variables, we hadn't even brought up kids. That's true too, but a lot of people stay until the kids get old enough to understand, or when they get grown they leave. Hey Roscoe, she always having some difficulty. Right, she always having some difficulty. Lord Shelly, honey, we got to work on your Wi-Fi, sweetie. That's what I told her, but she be swearing it ain't hers, Roscoe. No, and it's on. I got top notch over here. Ernest said leave, but if she rich, I'ma stay for a little while longer. So you a gold digger, Ernest. And men can be gold diggers too. But yeah, Orlando, back to what you said. I ain't staying nowhere cause no kids. If I ain't happy, me and the kids, peace out, we'll dip. You call when you want them, you can get them, or whatever the case may be. But I'm not staying anywhere and be miserable with anybody. Period. Can't do it. Mm-mm. Life is too short to be doing all that. Cause you're gonna let you block your blessings holding on to something that you know is not good for you. Hey, sunshine. Michelle said true, because I heard about a woman that wouldn't leave her cheating husband because she had never worked, and said that she didn't know how to do anything. Now, there was somebody in my family like that. Um, they were together now, but when her husband passed, it was like she was crippled because she didn't know how to do anything, not how to pay the bills, didn't know this, didn't know that. She didn't know where anything was. It was just terrible. I tell anybody, don't let somebody cripple you like that. Learn how to do stuff. If you don't know, if he takes care of everything, at least like, look, show me. Or if he don't want to show you, watch him. Go Google it, do something, but never let a person cripple you where you don't know how to do shit, like nothing. And not even something that's so simple as going to pay a water bill because you don't know where to go, you don't know how to write checks. I mean, you don't know how to do nothing. Never. Don't do it. I'm just saying, don't do it. I think that's really sad when a person allows a person to do so much. And it's like you lose control of yourself because you just taking it, like, putting your whole life basically in a person's hands. And you don't know what they got going on or what they're going to do. Luckily, I mean, he took care of her, but she didn't know how to do anything. Um, Thank you, Ernest. I try. But yeah, you can't let a person cripple you like that. And I've seen it, more than once, especially with older women, when men ran the household and the women just took care of the house and the kids, in the older generation. A lot of them didn't know how to do anything, like nothing, because the man took care of all of that. You know, they didn't know what was in the bank. They didn't know this. I mean, none of that. You can't live like that in this day and time. Huh? You better be knowing what's going on. Ricky said, "Hey, it's about house, family age, or just not wanting to hurt the other party because they won't bounce back because of age, her funds that will never survive at the current lifestyle." That's true. That's what I said, Ricky. They won't. Especially if this person is taking care of you solely and you didn't save anything, or whenever he give you some money, you running out to do this or running out to do that. You just never had your own. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Mm-mm. Roscoe says she not even back yet. Lord, what is she going through? I believe she's taking a wine tasting break. She might be, Roscoe. But yeah, so yeah, you gotta, it could be a lot of things, but never let somebody cripple you to the point to where you are solely dependent on that person and you don't even have the option to try to leave because you don't have nothing. You don't have no savings. You don't have anything. Like, who I could never put myself in that position ever. I can't do that. For one, I'm too headstrong and too independent to just be sitting around waiting on somebody to give me something. Because I'm the type of person, when I want it, I want it. I don't feel like waiting. And if you don't go do it when I want you to get it, I just go get it myself and do it myself. That's just how I am. And granted, it may not be available all the time, but if I know you working on that, I'm not gonna keep asking you something, because if I ask you the first time, you heard me. So why I gotta ask you again? Either you're gonna do it or you're not. And that's just plain and simple. That's just like me. If somebody asks me something or asks me to do something, I'm gonna tell you right then and there. If I'm gonna do it, I'll do it. If I'm not, it's just straight up no. I'm not beating around the bush and sugarcoat nothing. Because for what? Why you gonna have somebody just chasing their tail in the circle when you already know? If somebody asks you, say somebody said, "Let me borrow $100." Wait a minute, let me see. I got to do this first, or I got to do that first. A couple days later, a few hours later, man, can you still do that? Can you do that? Oh, well, hold up, let me. No, just tell the person yay or nay. I can do it or I can't, or I got it, but I'm not gonna give it to you because whatever the case may be. Just tell them no. Just be straight up. Michelle said, "Have your own bank account if you can, then have a joint account." Yeah, you could do that too. Hey, Tamaya, you getting what? Girl, go sit out somewhere. Now, don't be on here playing with me today. But anyway, but yeah, you should, and a lot of people don't even like to do joint accounts anymore because there's a trust issue with finances, you know. And I feel like if you're in a relationship, if one person is better with the finances than you are, let that person handle it. But don't be blind to what's going on. You can still know what's going on, but just let them handle that because they're better at it than you, better at saving money than you, and all this type of stuff. So let them handle that. So it just depends. And but me, I know how to take care of my own little change. And who is that supposed to be, Tamaya? My head is already hurting. Tamaya, don't start your shit today, okay? But yeah, I think Shelly got lost. I'm gonna let me text her while I'm talking to y'all and see what she got going on, cause I don't know what the deal is with her little phone today. She don't listen for one. When I keep telling her, but you can't tell her nothing, y'all. I be trying to tell y'all that all the time. Here she come now. I was just about.
Don't be talking about me behind my back.
I was finna tell you, look, in your face on FaceTime. I wasn't gonna do it behind your back.
Lord, this battling she is. Honey, I can't control Wi-Fi.
Tamaya, please don't make my head hurt. For what? What would you do that for? That's just crazy. But we'll talk later. But you missed a whole lot of stuff, and I'm not gonna go back.
Well, hell,
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Roscoe said you went and took a bath.
No, I couldn't get back in. I mean, I'll connect the servers.
He said you took a wine break and then you took a bath. It took you so long.
I'm telling you, I had to go get a whole computer and turn it on, connect shit to watch that stuff. I'm telling you.
Well, you sound terrible.
Oh, Lord. No. Well, you know what? We can't have the best of everything right now. Don't deal with it.
Well, yeah, she always calling me cheap, but my stuff don't be over here messing up.
I don't know if she explained to you that it's raining and the Wi-Fi off in my area. I don't know if she just
Why you got all that static?
We can back on go back in?
Huh? Yeah. I just got food all on my leg, y'all. Now I smell like food, but I'm gonna take a shower anyway when I get off of here. So it's all good. Which camera are you on?
I have it on my phone. The internet won't connect. So I'm on my.
You're on your phone now?
No, I'm on my phone. Won't connect. It won't connect.
Oh. Well, yeah, we gotta make the best of what we got. But anyway, we're talking about. Let me kind of recap you on some stuff. Tamaya. That's a train wreck ready to happen. I'm just tell you straight up, don't do it. Let's see. It sound like crickets. Roscoe, well, why don't you come and be a co-host then, dear? What your tattoos say on your nice look? Nothing. It don't say nothing. It don't say anything, Ernest. Not a thing. So I mean, so what y'all think? Would y'all just stay in a relationship like that for I mean, just out of convenience, like I asked y'all earlier, or you know, be somewhere where you're not happy? Is basically what it is. Because she said the topic is, are you in love with the person you're staying with, or are you in love with the idea of not being alone?
Can you
There
hear
you go. Yes, that's much better, but your face froze. Shed it live, get it right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You screaming.
Better, worse?
Roscoe said you sound like you got crickets on your line.
You know what? I'm done with y'all. I am. I'm not gonna speak this line.
Michelle said people need to fall in love with themselves, then they won't mind being alone. That's what I had said earlier, Michelle. People need to learn how to be by themselves, because when we were talking earlier, we were saying that when some people, when they don't like to be alone, they can have a person right here they breaking up with, but that person is right there ready. They just jump right into something else, and they don't give themselves time to heal, or whatever the case may be. You got to get to know you.
I agree.
Okay, right. Olay said sometimes the children are a factor. I said that too, Olay. I said some people stay and they won't, separate or whatever until the children are grown or old enough to understand. I said for me personally now, I ain't stand for those kids. Me and my kids can pack up and be gone. You can handle take care of that over there, whatever you got going on, because I'm not gonna be miserable, and I don't want my kids to be saying all that stuff, negativity, and
That's what I was getting ready to say. You don't want your kids seeing that you're in an
yeah,
unhappy marriage and or unhappy relationship. That's good.
yeah, you don't want to do that. Sunshine said, "I don't mind being alone. Some people cannot, though. A lot of people can't. Sunshine, they have to have somebody." Orlando said he's good no matter the situation. Orlando said, "Shell, I can hear you, but I think I can hear you better if I stop by. I'm just saying." He need to come over so he can hear you.
Oh, Lance, stop it.
Yeah, so
I'm working
but
on this, y'all.
Michelle was
Working
saying
on
when
this.
you were gone that because I was saying, I knew somebody in my family that she was totally crippled when her spouse died because she didn't know how to do anything because he did everything. So I said, never let a person cripple you. Didn't know how to pay bills, didn't know where this was, didn't know what that was. I mean, just nothing. And I was saying in the older generation, that was more common because the man always took care of everything and the woman just took care of the house and the kids. So, and then
My mom was there.
Michelle was saying that you should always have your own bank account and then have a joint account or whatever. And I said, whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
if you're better with money than that person, you need to handle the money. But the person who's not good with money should always know what's going on with the money. You know what I'm saying? So,
But you should always know about bills. I think some husbands, some boys keep bills away from their spouses, and when stuff hit the fan, they don't know what to do because they don't know what nothing is or how nothing's kept, how
I'm
nothing.
saying,
I don't think those things work. No, you're supposed to know, and that's what you need to try to know. Like if you're just sitting around here just being dumb and don't want to know nothing, just
it's not so
stay
much
with
about
your
that. Back then, it was about the culture. That's just how it was. That's what they were taught. So they did what they were taught. The man took care of this, and it wasn't the woman's business, and she wasn't paying the bills and all this type of stuff. But now the women pay the bills too. So everybody need to know, and you should never. I don't care what the case may be. You don't let a person cripple you like that.
You
Hey,
know what's going on in your house, honey.
Roger. Shut up, Roger. He's that little butterfly. You've really grown. I'm still a I'm still a butterfly.
Yes, honey, has she?
Yeah, but yeah, it's a different time and different eras. That's all I'm saying. Where things were different,
Yeah.
so you can't just say,
I still think this new generation does not know how to be by themselves. I think a lot of people don't know how to heal one or close one completely and open another one.
where I say you need
I don't know.
closure on whatever you got going on before you go taking it over to somebody else, because that's what you're taking back from.
That's unless of course you're having the affair or the relationship before you close
Say
the
what?
door at all. you just some people be already in another relationship before they close the door at
Yeah,
all.
that's true. A lot of times, but it is what it
So they're just gliding into the next one.
just fly on like the little butterfly. No,
Mhm.
but no, you can't. You just I don't know. People, I mean, people like what they like, but like I said, I don't think love has anything to do with it. I think it's more out of convenience for people, especially in the way
Yeah.
times are now, what we're going through, and people seeing it.
Yeah, honey, you can't get close to nobody now because of COVID. You can't be in the same room to do anything.
And not only that, people seeing, when they thought something was really good, they probably sitting really looking like, I've been thinking this was such and such, and this motherfucker really trifling. Like you get to really see. You get to really
Like
see
this is
how,
what it was about.
yeah, you get to really see how people really operate, because if you in day in, day out,
Mhm.
everything, and y'all both happen to be laid off, you really getting to see this person now. You know what I'm saying? And it might not have been the person
Yep.
that they were when you first met, but the person that you see now, you be like, hold up, make you scratch your head and be like, now wait a minute, have I really been dealing with this shit right here?
What is this?
Yeah,
Look, look yonder. I've seen a lot of things.
right. Yeah.
I done seen a things, Lord have I.
Turn your volume down a little bit,
I don't want to see no more. I can't touch nothing.
huh?
I can't touch that. If I touch that, I might mess up something.
Oh, because you like
Trying
freak
to tell
out and
you.
it's making you sound real distorted. But anywho, we just did.
Huh. Let me see. I'm gonna say.
But anywho, y'all, that's this was something that was on Shelly's heart. She had to talk about today. I don't know why, but this.
I told you it came to me like an epiphany. I was dreaming about
Oh, Lan, I know. I mean, it go both ways. He said some women. Lan said, some women are trifling too. Shit, we know that. A lot of them. It's not one
so,
sided.
we ain't just saying all the men out here is horrible, Olan.
No, I wasn't saying it for it to be one sided. It goes both ways, because I feel like
This stuff works.
Because
I said all this stuff works both ways.
But it could be any small thing to turn a person off. You know what I mean? Like they could really be into you, but then now since it's COVID and people having to stay home and be quarantined and all this type of stuff, they really seeing like it's the small things that really irk a person, especially when you're not used to spending that much time together, and that's putting a lot of people apart too. Excuse me, y'all. But
Girl, the people are really strong.
What?
That's people that really staying home.
People what?
People aren't really staying home.
Not now. I mean, they're getting out more. I'm talking about when it's all first started and people were really having to stay home because they didn't know this, that, and the third. That's what I'm talking about. Michelle said, I know a guy that keeps getting married because he don't want to be alone. Right. Hey, Tracy.
They say 3 is the charm.
Is it?
Oh no.
Tracy said, my concern would be the inability of both parents to co-parent in a way that's best for the kids because the parents get so caught up in being happy they're apart. Any relationship takes a purposed and concerted effort from all parties in order for it to prosper. If the adults are focusing on somebody new in their life, who's focusing on the kids? That's true. And you always got to make sure them kids are straight first before anything, especially when they're younger. They first. You got to because you're their protector. They look.
But that's why a lot of people stay though. Kids are young and they figure, let me see my kids grow. I'm gonna deal with it until they get older. And then the kids get older, but it's still affecting the same way because now they're seeing you fall apart.
But I said that when you was gone for 30. I said, I said,
But
until the kids are old enough, they graduate or whatever the case may be. That doesn't make it less hurtful for the kids, whether they're older or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I said, I wouldn't stay for the kids. If I'm not happy, I'm packing many kids up. We'll see. And we make arrangements. We'll co-parent best way we can and keep it moving because I'm not standing anywhere miserably and have my kids going through the misery too or seeing me sad and, all that stuff. So no, I'm not doing it.
Especially little happy children.
Huh? Mm-hmm. Happy.
I said, especially if you got little happy kids, happy children, you don't want to see them just falling apart.
Yeah,
I'm falling apart.
Happy, productive kids. You know what I'm saying? That know, like, and then you don't want your kids seeing toxic relationships. It happens, but you don't want them to be constantly exposed to that. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody disrespecting you or mistreating you and ripping and running and doing all this other kind of thing. You can't expect. You don't want your children to see it, your girls or your boys. Olan said, Shelly, take your ass over Vonda house, jacked up Wi-Fi.
But I'm in South Carolina, in North Carolina, I don't know if you know that. I live in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
We are too far apart now.
Well, yeah. She always calling me.
I don't control the weather in Atlanta, Olan.
So you say. Mm-hmm. I thought you was Storm from X-Men.
No, it's terrible. It's been bad. I didn't work all day because of the Wi-Fi.
Well, y'all, I gotta tell y'all, I'm glad I ate because my head stopped hurting. I guess I needed to eat because I hadn't eaten all day. I feel better now. And I got 2 more.
Well, I'm glad you shared that bit of information with us.
What was funny, or Orlando? What you say, Shirley?
I'm glad you do what I do all the time.
You eat all day. This is the first time I had anything. I don't eat right. I go all day and don't eat because I be doing other stuff and I forget to eat. But I need to stop doing that because I get
Mm-hmm.
headaches. Well, anyway, y'all. So,
Mm-hmm.
Shirley, what's your take on it? Would you stay with somebody that you're not in love with just because you don't want to be by yourself?
Now, I've been in 2 marriages. I've exited both. So, no, the third one does not count fun. It was immigration stuff.
What?
Oh, did I say that
Hey,
loud? No, that wasn't. No,
what'd you say?
Uh,
What did you say?
I ain't reading it.
I'm gonna go back and listen to it. You might know it's
Nothing.
it.
Told me to turn my volume to.
Oh, he
What?
was
Excuse me.
laughing when
Excuse
Orlando
me.
said you need to come to my house and use the Wi-Fi.
Oh, land. Okay, I'm gonna do my next episode
Yeah, but what did you say? I want to know
because
what you said.
what did you
I
ask
put up
me?
3 fingers. And you said no
What,
something.
and I said no. The first one's not count on, and you know that did not count
Why?
on
Y'all had a baby.
because it wasn't for those reasons. There was no love and no love involved, honey. That was for convenience to help
That
somebody.
was at
Stop.
gunpoint.
Stop. Stop.
You heard that
Stop
gunpoint.
whispering. No, I would not, absolutely would not stay in a marriage or relationship if I am unhappy. I'm not. It's ridiculous. No.
Tracy said, I really mean in situations where somebody is just tired of being married. Any mistreatment or abuse is a no brainer. Infidelity would, I think, have to depend on the details. I mean, when you get married
Well,
initially, this is supposed to be your forever partner. So marriage is work. You can't just marry somebody and then decide, oh, sure, this is not what I want to do, and then you just want to get divorced, especially when you got kids involved. You know what I'm saying? Because people do stuff because it sounds good, or they want to make an impression on somebody that this person married them. What get married for the right reasons. A lot of people get married for the wrong reasons, just to say, like I said earlier, oh, I'm married, but are you happily married? You know what I'm saying? That's just like I feel like if a woman is with somebody or you're in a relationship with somebody, male or female, whatever the case may be, and you got to go outside of that relationship and ask somebody else to help you because that person that you're with is not doing it. Now, to me, I'm like, what we together for? What do I need you for if you can never do anything for me or help me when I need you to help me, or me you? You know what I'm saying? So it just
mm-hmm.
it's tricky because a lot of times people are not happy because of finances. A lot of times it's not doesn't have anything to do with infidelities.
Yeah,
It
that
could
too.
be, it could be so much as them not doing stuff around the house that should be done. Or, not taking care of the car, not doing things that a man should do or what she should be doing as a woman. That can tear people apart quick, believe it or not. It may seem small, but it turns into a big thing. That's just like,
I
your
agree.
woman likes to keep her house clean, but every time she turn around, she picking up behind you, and so that this pisses her off. So why would you keep doing that? Because it don't take nothing to pick up behind.
Piss
Yeah,
you
like
off.
why would you do that? If you see this person is making an effort to make things nice and make your house a home, but every time she turn around, she having to clean up after you like you a whole kid. That starts to put trouble in your relationship. It really does, because I'm telling you, it could be the things that seem the smallest that cause the most problems. I'm telling you.
It causes most ruckus. You're so right on that note.
Uh, Orlando said you sound like
Yes, it damn right.
Orlando said you sounded like Roger Troutman.
Stop it.
Hey Tracy, what I
Look.
like?
Look.
What's that they put on there? A synthesizer on the microphone.
What?
But yeah,
Let's see my
know,
phone Wi-Fi.
it is tricky. You got to think about the kids, true. But if you're just tired of being in a marriage, that's a personal issue. And I feel like if you're going to be that type of person, which sometimes you don't know until you get in it, you need to make sure that's what you want. Because when you If I ever get married again, it's forever. I don't care what you say. You can be blind, crippled, or crazy. You ain't going nowhere, and I ain't going nowhere because I ain't going through this shit no more.
As
That
you do tell.
I'm not.
You
It's too
would.
much.
You're gonna sit somewhere completely unhappy. It's different. You're not gonna sit and just be miserably unhappy.
Would you say that again?
You're not gonna sit there and just be miserably unhappy.
No, I ain't gonna be unhappy. Not at all. Because I'm gonna tell you from the gate. Look, if this what we're deciding to do, this is how it's gonna be. So if this is not what you really want, and you think you might have reservations down the road, or you might get cold feet before we do it, go ahead and let that be known, so we don't waste our time or money. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people know this, but they still go through with it because they want to make the other person happy. That's what I'm saying. So
Right.
if you truly love this person and you want to get married and y'all decided this is what y'all gonna do, like, the older generation been married 50, 60 years. That's what they did. They committed. People these days are afraid of commitment. They don't want to commit to shit. No,
Well,
but they'll marry
people
you
these
to
days
keep
got 10 to 1s.
right, but they'll marry you to keep you off the market from going to do something else with somebody else who might have been the person that you should have been with anyway. You know what I'm saying? So people play those types of games.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you, but they don't want nobody else to have you and to take you off the market. Is what I'm saying. Olan
That
said,
happens.
yeah. Olan said people put up fronts for so long. At times, it's too late to see the real person. After the kids or marriage, mortgages, etc., then you realize that their goals don't meet yours. Also, as you get older, your tastes change, and you can grow apart. That's true too. But you got to look at that, Olan, because listen.
Very well said, Olan.
Yeah, but women have babies. We're not gonna be the same size we were in high school. Your ass ain't gonna be the same size you were in high school. You know, and same with a woman. Now, I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna say this. We could always do something to get ours, but when y'all get erectile dysfunction, it's pretty much a wrap. So we can always do that, but things do change. And it's not always, always about that. You know what I'm saying? So when you say people change, you grow apart, of course, when you married somebody 20, 30 years ago, she's not going to look like she looked 20, 30 years ago. And you not either. You might have got fat. You might have got bald. Anything can happen. So when you start looking at appearances, you might need to second guess whether you want to get
Yeah.
married or not. You might think, right. And then you got to look at the gene pool of a person. You're like, well, damn, if her mama short and she was
If
fine
a
as
mama looked like that, she might grow like that.
right. If your mama was like fine as hell at like 40 and whatever, and you marry her at like 22, 25, and her mama's still fine, then that's maybe what you got to look forward to. But if you marry her then her mama looked like she looked back then, but now she about 400 pounds and all this kind of stuff, you got to look at that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No, for real, because the gene pool
That's not a reason. I don't think that's the reason to fall out of
is
love with
not,
somebody or stay. I mean, if you pumping up babies in your wife and you done had about 4 kids, you already know some shit stretching or some stuff look a little different. So if you're falling in love or falling into someone because of how they look, I always tell people a look can change. You go and get a car accident. You can hit your face and something be torn apart, or you can get fired. Who God only knows what could happen to you, Rose. And you can't. You just can't. You gotta fall in love with some internal kind of stuff. And you be like, you know what? I love the inside of that person, or get to know the inside of the person.
Orlando said the blue pill. The blue pill don't always work for everybody. Orlando.
No, no, the blue pill don't always help. On.
Hey, Lily.
Hey,
Lily.
Lily Bell.
Lily said, "This is why you should fall in love with the person, not the superficial things or what you're getting out of the relationship at the moment." Exactly. That's what people do.
Yep,
And Lily, a lot of times
yep.
they're infatuated with what the person is doing for them, and they get that confused. I was saying earlier, a lot of people don't know the difference between love, like, and infatuation. They can all kind of go hand
Mm-hmm.
in hand sometimes. And so when somebody's giving you everything, and in the beginning, everything is always great, but give about 3 weeks, then you start to see that shit trickle down.
Yep.
And you're like,
You start seeing some stuff, you be like, what?
everything,
What? Like,
right?
what?
Everything is good from the beginning, but then once you get into it, like 3 weeks, because you start to see people's traits, a little bit of their traits trickle off here and there, then you're like, hold up, wait a minute. But then if you're in for it, like Lily said, the superficial things, because they give you this or give you that, you in it for the wrong reason anyway from the gate.
Yeah,
So
but that's a lot of people. A lot of
yeah,
people fall in love with the superficial. You don't fall in love with what you are or who you are. How many men or women, we're guilty of it too, that we look and we go, oh my God, he's good, he's fine, and I like him because of. If you ain't talking to somebody, you ain't know if you like him on the inside.
what? We didn't hear nothing you said.
Can't hear me
We
again?
can hear you talking
Oh,
so
shit.
fast and you're so distorted. Lily said exactly. Comfort is replacing love these days. That's what we were talking about earlier, Lily. We were saying that people are staying in relationships out of convenience, not because of how they feel about each other, and that's just a fact. So people can act like they're in love or whatever, but people just really together, and people even get married out of convenience. Not that you have to get married. If you're gonna do that, just live together, be roommates, or whatever you're gonna do. But a lot of people are in relationships out of convenience. And then I was saying earlier, the way things are now, people are just staying together for that reason, just to make ends meet. You should tell us type of responses. But yeah, so it's difficult, and it's hard to say, you know, how a person is like really feeling. They may, because you can look at people all the time and think they got it all together, but inside they just like in turmoil because they're at a place they don't want to be, and they got to be there because they can't afford to go anywhere else, and it's just convenient for them right now. So with the way things are going now, who's to say when that convenience is gonna who's to say if that convenience will fade, or if you get back on your feet to do what you need to do by yourself. Olan said you need to type your responses, Shirley.
I'm done. I'm gonna talk to you after the show.
Lily said, I'm guilty of it. That's why the marriage didn't last. See, that's what I'm saying. But, on the flip side of that, you were still able to maintain and take care of yourself. You didn't have to stay there just solely out of convenience. Because you're self sufficient, you able to
Right.
do. A lot of people don't have that option, and they got to stay and be miserable because they don't have nowhere to go or don't know which way to turn because that person
But
is
then
taking
a lot of people stay for the finances. Some people want
for
to stay
what?
because the finances are there.
Yeah,
I said
that's
a lot of people stay for the finances.
you're absolutely right. That's what I was saying. And that's what I was saying when a lot of times when people stay, I was saying when you were off, I said, people can look like they're so happy and everything is going well and everything is out good on the outside, but being complete turmoil on the inside because one, they're in a place they don't want to be. Two, they can't leave because they don't have the financial means to leave. Three, they don't have nowhere to go, nobody to talk to, or nothing else. Because a lot of times in those types of cases, when a man's solely taking care of a woman, he alienates her away from her friends, so it'll just be him that she depends on, and she don't have nobody to talk to. He takes that away from her. Okay, that one is better. There she is,
Yeah,
y'all. Why you ain't do that a long time ago? You got my head over here
because
throbbing.
I couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi on the phone, Vaughn. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It wasn't me, hon.
Now you got my
If the
head hurt.
phone is saying the server can't pick me up, what you want me to do? Go kick the server? I
Yeah.
mean, for real?
Look, would you the next time? Orlando said,
I'm
I bet
sorry.
Orlando said, I bet some divorces put on hold because COVID changed some people's jobs. Yeah, I think so, Orlando. I keep calling y'all, getting y'all's names mixed up. But I think so too, Orlando. I think a lot of that probably happened. People, when people file for divorce and they're not having court for divorce, or the people, if they're in the same house, they still got to stay together and all that type of stuff. Hey, Sam, you up
Yeah.
late? Hey, Sam, we about to get out.
Hey, Sam. Now that I can be heard. Now that I can be heard.
I miss half of the show and all this great advice I've been
I'm so
I'm just kidding. But yeah, so there she go
I
first.
control the Wi-Fi. And I don't. Unfortunately, I don't.
I'm a Wi-Fi. But yeah, so but yeah, it's It can be difficult. Did you hear
It's
what
my
Lily said? When
child.
Lily said
So,
that's what she did. Why
y'all,
she didn't stay married? Because she was in her marriage for convenience for a while. Because it made sense.
girl, because it made sense to her,
Right.
right? When you think that you have to be in there. But I'm telling you, sometimes you got to leap out here on faith, honey, for your own sanity. No matter how much you're leaving behind, you just got to be like, I just can't do this. I just can't, because you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be really unhappy that you stayed.
Yes.
And I ain't saying go break up your household. That's not what I'm saying. But if you know you in something and you just can't, you ain't happy in it, and you ain't been happy for years, and you trying to dig your way through some stuff, and it ain't still meshing together, and no matter what you do to try to keep it together, it's still some nonsense. You got to get up and leave. You got to get up and do the right thing and just be like, this is not, because it could be somebody else out there for you. That might not be who you're supposed to be with. I said that all the time.
Ola said, in a relationship, waiting on the other person to die. Sad but true. Yeah, you got a lot of that. I know somebody doing that right
Woo.
now. Stressing somebody out, trying to kill them so they can go on about their day.
Sam says
It's
marriage is
funny,
a business.
but it's not funny because that's truly what I feel it is. They stress this person so much they trying to make them sick so they could just be going about their
Have a
way.
stroke. Have a good,
Yeah,
easy
and I'm
stroke.
like, yeah, marriage is a business, Sam. That's what Shelly said earlier. But why would you want to stay around somebody and make the person miserable? And why would you let them stay? If you got property together, this is my thing. If you got property together and y'all got to stay in the same house trying to coexist and y'all hate each other's guts, like somebody got to go. It's no reason to stay in something that toxic and you miserable all the time because one person don't want to give up this or one person don't want to give up that. Sell the shit, split the money, and go on about your separate ways. That just makes sense.
Yeah, you know how I was in my first one. I was just like, take whatever you want. I don't even care if you take the table.
You can take whatever you want. Cause what you ain't gonna do is drag me through the mud and have my head hurting, stressing over some material
Oh,
shit that can be
just
replaced.
leave me.
I'm not that person. I'm not gonna do that. You go ahead on because guess what? I'll get it. I'll get what I need some kind of way. So I ain't even worried about
Mhm.
not stressing it. If that's what you want to do, take all that shit. Just give me my peace of mind and my sanity. I don't care. You right, Sam. That's what I just said. Peace of mind is priceless. I'm telling you, I can't. You can have all that. Take that. I'm good. I would just leave with what I have on my back to have my peace and my sanity. And you can have everything else. I don't care nothing about that.
Yeah, sometimes the
And I've done
smile is better.
and I've done it before. I was like, shh. I took a little bit of clothes. I said, you can burn whatever you got that I left that motherfucker. Deuces. And never went back. Ever.
No, you can't leave and go back. That's not a good thing. If you leave and leave, backward is never good. It's going to
Man.
be worse because now they feel like they got you. If you ever walking out of a relationship, marriage, whatever you do, don't go backwards.
Leave. I'm telling you,
Leave. Just leave.
I probably had maybe a little, not probably not even a backpack full of clothes. And I had clothes, shoes galore. I said, "Well, you give it to your next bitch, burn it up, do whatever you want to do. I'm not coming back to get it." I ain't see this person for like 5 or 6 years later, and that was like bumping into him. I was gone. I was like, I can't do it. You can have all of that. I'm good.
No.
Hey, I can't be miserable like that. And then when it gets to the point where you with somebody and as soon as they pull up, you get a migraine, a throbbing headache. Like,
That's when you know it's bad. When you sit up
yeah.
like, damn,
And
they
then
home.
you
Oh my God, they here.
yeah, you losing weight, you can't eat because you just stressed and all this stuff. I'm good. I did that early in my life and I knew then and there I would never ever do that again. And I haven't. Thank God, knock on wood. So
Yeah.
with all that being said, y'all can stay in these toxic relationships, whatever you want to do, out of convenience, and that may be best for you at the time. But y'all need to have an understanding too. Like, this is how this is gonna be. If we're gonna stay here out of convenience, set the rules of how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do whatever you want to do or whatever, but at least have the respect not to bring nobody where you stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have some type of agreement in place before you start doing all that. That's just my opinion. Sometimes
Yeah,
it
be
takes
happy.
pause to realize the win. We said that earlier. People don't miss what they got till it's gone. They may think the grass green on the other side, baby, but when you get over there, you're gonna have some dead grass.
damn, Vaughn. Why the grass gotta be dead?
I'm telling you what I know. Your grass is
Well,
dead.
damn.
Look,
The,
your
gra-
grass
the
is
grass don't gotta be dead, sugar. It could just be some dim grass, maybe. A
dead.
little dim.
Y'all tell him his grass is dead.
Not nice. It's not nice.
It's true.
Well, just think about it when you're laying there. Sometimes you need to do that. You need to lay there in your bed sometime. Really lay there. Look at the person really long while they're sleeping. If you look at them long enough and in your mind, it's not like, I'm just happy that they're there, that might be a problem.
Oh, you want to
That
put the
may be a big
look, you want to put the pillow over their
Or
face?
you want to put the pillow over their head, that ain't good. Or you're sleeping at the edge of the bed, so you're so close to the edge, you're about to fall off, or your pinky toe can kick the person off the bed. That's when you know it's no longer good for you. You're so
Look,
far apart on a king bed that you can just touch the person and they just drop off, honey.
look, or you got like
No.
100 pillows in between you in the middle, like
In
it's
between, because you don't want their butt cheek to touch you or their pinky toe to touch you, or all kinds of craziness that we deal with.
no.
It's never that serious. It's a lot of people out here that's single and lonely and single and want to be married, or single that want to be in a relationship. You just got to find the one that's good for you, that works for you. That's all.
Well, they're probably in another country for me.
Yes. That's where we are going to Africa. We are
Look,
going to Africa.
sadly, we can't go nowhere.
Yes, we cannot travel to Africa.
Sam said the 80-20 rule.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of the 80 and the 20 going on right now during COVID.
And more 20 than 80. 2080.
2080. It's more 2080. Trust and believe. But
Yeah.
whatever you're going to do in life, just be happy doing it. I mean, at the end of the day, you only live once, so you may as well live your best life.
I'm living my best life. Ain't going
Exactly.
no niggas.
Just live your best one. Whatever you do, put your best foot forward, honey. That's all that matters.
Sam said separate in a twin bed.
I know, right? But you sometimes you can put someone's pillows in between, honey. You already feel separated. So if you're doing all that extra, you're going to bed, you're never talking, you're trying to be out the house early in the morning so the person ain't got to talk to you, say bye, say hey, say boo. That's when you sit down to yourself and you go, self, is
Why
this
you
really
say
where
that?
I'm at?
Tina said Ola and Tom's best answer. Why you say that? Pretty crazy. But I don't know. People do it all the time, And like you say, if you laying in the bed with somebody, you just looking at them when they sleeping, and you just feel like,
I do that all the time. I always do that. I always look at the person. I be like, can I wake up to this person every day of my life for the rest of my life?
I done lay down, I woke up, so I feel somebody looking at me, and they be like, and I said, what the hell you looking at me like? But
What you looking at me for? Because you got to see, people change at night. Sometimes people look like little demons at night.
he
And
was
you be
looking at
looking
me
at them,
like,
be like, what?
he was looking at me
Demons.
like he wanted to put his hands around my neck and didn't want me to wake up.
Look, what did you do with him before you went to bed? Is the question, Vaughn.
Nothing.
You might have made him
No,
mad, girl.
no, because a person can think that you're doing something and have all this shit in their head and be looking at you like they want to kill you for something you ain't even done. It's just something.
That's called insecurity.
Yeah,
That's called a lot of insecurity.
yeah.
No, we're too old for that. I mean, we're not old. We're just older, and we have advanced a little bit more in our lives. That certain things in your life at this point in your life, and I think this is an adult podcast, things do matter when you're getting up in age. Like, you have to think about things. Can I be with this person? Can I look at this person all day? Can I laugh with her? Can I laugh with him? And I think if you get all that out, you might have something good, honey.
That's if.
That's the if. And I said the other day, what if? What if?
That's the big.
What if?
That's the big. If.
But until COVID passes, you may as well go on Tinder and start tendering.
Don't be.
Tender or Christians mingle.
You ever been with somebody and when you wake up and the way they be looking at you make you want to sleep with your pistol under your pillow? Oh God! Oh Jesus, y'all!
Last marriage where the pillow.
Like, what? What you say?
I don't want to kill anybody.
I don't want to kill nobody. I ain't gonna let nobody kill me. And I can help myself. No, I'm not.
No, I just nah. I don't think. I think I'm dead with the pillows being in the middle, where I would sleep so close to the edge of the bed where I didn't even want a kneecap to touch me. I'd be like, don't touch me.
Oh.
But I just be like, I know. But nah, you get too old for it after one. It gets boring to keep doing it. So it's better you just say, if you gotta sleep that far apart, you may as well be apart. Period.
Orlando said, "Okay, that was deep, Shell."
Orlando, I'm just telling you how it is, honey.
Well, to each his own. That's all I say. I'm just like, I don't want to live in misery.
Whatever you do, the times are coming to an end. Live happy, whatever that looks like to you.
This girl said on her live today, she does these exercise videos, and she was like, if you're sitting down, get up. You might as well do something for yourself because we all about to die. We gonna die. I was like, well, let me get off her live.
She was trying to tell you to get up and work out, silly.
I just don't like that.
She said, well, I'm just saying the same thing. I'm saying, now you got to do something. Happy, miserable, looking at your children, they looking at you, you mad at them, they mad at you, you don't know why, you're losing your mind. Be happy.
Sam said that. How do you get in bed like that? You know what? That's one thing I don't like. I don't like to go to bed mad at nobody. I like to, especially if it's a person I'm with, I'm like, we're gonna talk about. So I just don't want to go to bed like that, because what if something happened to you?
Heavy heart.
And then you went to bed and you was mad when you could have just hugged the person, kissed them, or whatever you're gonna do, whatever, and go to sleep. But if you go to bed, you angry, you snatching the covers and you doing all this kind of shit. No, I don't like to go to bed like that. I don't like to feel like that. I don't, because I'm really sweet. I don't like that. Why
the leg rule? I have the leg rule.
Huh?
I have a leg rule. If I'm mad, and if I go to sleep and I have a heavy heart, if my leg can meet you halfway in the middle of the bed, I am okay going to sleep. That is the rule. I ain't have to talk to you. If the back of my leg can touch your foot, I'm good to go.
Really?
That's my apology. That's my apology. That's how I apologize.
Why open your mouth and say I'm sorry instead of doing all the footsie shit? He might not know that.
They do. They know me well enough to know that if the leg can touch you, honey, because when you get to where you're making the pillow in the middle of the bed like a dam, you ain't touching nothing. So if my foot could meet you halfway in the middle, I'm probably still rocking with you.
Well, I guess we all got our little things to do. I like put my hand on your back or something like that, kind of rub your back.
Some kind of touch, right? Yeah, something that makes you know, like, I'm not really mad at you. I'm just mad right now, but I don't want to go to bed feeling this tension. Yeah. So here go this leg.
Yeah. Orlando said, I can go to bed mad nighty night. You shouldn't do that.
You're so shut out.
Sam said, I'm rubbing booty and poking every night. It's so crazy. But yeah, I don't like to go to bed, man. I don't like that.
No, it's not my thing. But sometimes, like I said, sometimes you can't talk because you still be in that mad zone. But if you let that foot or that hand or that pat on the back or the touch on the shoulder, however you do it to make them know, look, I'm mad. I don't want to say nothing, but I don't want to go to bed like this.
I had when a person mad at you and they want to start snatching the covers and kicking the covers and going on like
and tucking it under really far where you don't like, yeah.
What the hell wrong with you? No. Well, obviously it's something.
Obviously it's something. Wrong with you? Like kind of how you do me when you come over and visit, you pull all the covers to one side of the bed.
No, you be having it hot. It be hot, y'all. She had a heat on 80s. I'm cold.
I do not look like that doing that.
You better go drink you some blood or something to bring your
look. I stay cold all the time. Vonda stay hot all the time.
I don't stay hot, y'all. She be having it hot as hell, like literally be hot. And don't get in the car with in the winter.
The lies she tells on me are
You gonna die
unreal,
in the car with her.
unreal, and
You
unacceptable.
gonna die in the car with her in the wintertime from a heat stroke. That heat be all the way. You gotta roll the windows down in the car. That's why I drive my own car because we not doing that in my car. You can do what you want to do in your own, but we're not
You
driving
should always
like that. You better get you a damn
no.
blanket and ride in the car. Mm-mm.
And as she looks at me like this, when I be like I'm cold, she'd be like, "Really?"
I be like, you can't
But
be
I
that
be
damn.
fine. You be the little cold.
You cannot be that cold, sis.
No, I do. But yeah, like I said, guys and
Well,
gals, love life, love what you do, love the people that you're laying next to, whether you want to be with them or not. Because if you
we
choose to
lost you,
be,
honey. Sam
you
said,
choose to be there. That's my thing. If you're choosing to stay in something that's lovely, stay
if
there.
it's my fault, I'm not opposed to giving a tongue lashing to make up. Win-win every time. Yeah, that'll do it every time, Sam. I'm telling you. Especially if it's good.
Every second of the second.
Especially if it's good, honey. Mhm.
Well,
So what do you do,
y'all, it's
Shelly, to
been
make
great.
up to somebody when you've been acting an ass and you don't want them to know that you're mad anymore other than rubbing your leg halfway on in the middle of the bed?
I make some idle type conversation. It just be some random shit I might do.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I didn't hear nothing
Oh, I
you said.
can make people mad quickly
We didn't hear nothing you
because
said.
I have a really sharp mouth.
We know that.
I make like candy conversation. Like I'll be like, I might say, you wanna watch a movie? I start with the you wannas, or I might say, oh, you look cute in them shorts.
Yeah, she lied. She lied. She
To me
lied. She
right
lied.
now.
Yeah,
That's what I
we're
do.
gonna have to
That's
cut
my makeup
off.
way.
Shelly's phone is really giving me a headache with all these pauses and the noise is making my head hurt, like for real, for real. But anywho,
Well,
we love y'all. We
what do you do?
nothing. Nothing. Grapefruit. I'll do the grapefruit Sam. I'll do that. No. I kiss him on his forehead and say good night. I'm about to choke, y'all. I kiss him on the forehead. Good night, baby. It's gonna be all right.
Well, it's been beautiful on this live,
Yeah.
as always.
We're gonna get her right for Wednesday.
Sorry for the bad. We're gonna get me right for Wednesday. Hopefully we'll have no rain in Atlanta, in my area. I might go to the library. The Wi-Fi sucks
It's storming
in
here
this
all
area.
day. I think because you're in your room. It's always
No, doesn't matter. I'm on my phone, and I'm not on the Wi-Fi. I'm on the Wi-Fi on my phone, so no. And then I went to the Wi-Fi for the house, and that's even worse. So no,
all right. Excuse
not it, darling, not it at all. Anyway, it's real. We are going to Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock. We have to try this one time to see if we can even make it happen. Job. So
y'all. She talking about what she said. Next week, I try to do Monday.
Shirley Live and be Lovebird.
They didn't hear nothing you said. I'm trying to reiterate what you said. Next week we're gonna try 5 days next week, Monday through Friday. And see how that works out. We're just gonna try it. But y'all stay tuned in and we will let you know for sure. Probably the weekend we'll let y'all know. But anywho, we're gonna get off this live. We love you guys. We love life, love what we do. Y'all stay tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram, Naughty Nice 22. And we will see you guys on Wednesday. I don't know, Sam. She tried, so I tried to say again what she said, even though I don't know what she said, but I kind of know what she was trying to say. So, yeah. But anywho, we love y'all. So, good night, and y'all take care until Wednesday.
Good night. Till Wednesday. Sorry for the bad connect, guys and gals, but I do love y'all. Have a
And now
good
with
one.
work.
Well, the devil is busy lately. We know this all the time. So we're going to work through them.
Y'all, and I just want to put this out there. Y'all, you have to vote this coming November. Whatever you do, don't say my vote don't count, my vote don't matter, none of that. Y'all go vote, vote, vote. We got to do that. That's a must. I just want to put that out.
Because if y'all don't, I may be deported with my family.
Keep on playing. They come knocking on your damn door.
Look, please vote because I could be deported.
And ISIS be right outside the door.
I know, right? Get out there and vote.
Look, and I can't marry you to make you a citizen.
I know. And y'all, please like, share, and subscribe. I cannot stress this. I'm gonna come back on live tonight and say the same thing to y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. You have to do this. It doesn't. It's not rocket science. I can tell you this right now. It's very simple. It's clicking of a button. Click, 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 just like that.
We really need y'all to do though, for real. That's a must. We need y'all to do that. We need y'all to go into the Shelly Live and Be Love Bird page so we can have all this there. Please, y'all, just do it.
Please go. We will not delete you off the main pages. We promise we won't. We just need you on the Shelly Live and Be Love page.
Sam, I'll probably put it up tomorrow. I'll put it up tomorrow.
Anyway, anywho, lovelies, y'all sweet babies, go to sleep. Have a good one. We love you. Shelly Live and Be Love Bird, as we always do. We'll see you on Wednesday. If you can hear me, if you can't, I'm sure Bondalyn will repeat it.
I'll try, y'all. Bye, Orlando. Good night, you guys. We love you.
Bye, Orlando. Sweet dreams, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned into Naughty or Nice. Let's go.
Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal.
Shelly
Me don't want no fake
Live
love,
and
me
Be
only
Love
want the
Bird.
real deal.
Have you ever met a sister with her shit together? Maintaining, never complaining, trying to make shit better. She's got a real good life with the right frame of mind. She's the real deal, baby, and she know how to grind. On the job or in the bedroom, baby, the truth. And with her by your side, homeboy, you can't lose. Just slip on the dress and go to work like a pro. Then bring that ass home and drop it down to the floor. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's a lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's the lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets.
Shelly Live and Be Love Bird.